So in these last couple days, we've been talking about just very few of the IPC standards. Now granted, there are most popular ones, but IPC has hundreds of standards that our committees have developed. Again, we're talking about 5 or 6 of them this week. Depending on where you're at in the supply chain, we may have different standards that help. So for example, if you're a laminate supplier, you're building laminate and you want to sell that to your circuit board company, there's IPC specifications that can help for the base material, for the copper foil, for the resins. If you're an EMS company and you're building assemblies, you're going to buy your boards and you can use the 600 or the 6012. You're going to buy components and there's standards, IPC standards that can help you with moisture sensitivity issues, solderability issues. You may buy a piece of equipment as an EMS company, and we have standards that the committees have developed to do that as well. And the OEM is going to communicate with all of these, with testing laboratories, with their EMS suppliers. So we have many standards to help throughout the manufacturing supply chain. We have a couple different specification trees. If you want to go in and see all of the things, all the standards that IPC has and the categories they fall into, we have a couple different specification trees. This is a smaller one, and the standards that we're talking about this week, my pointer's going, are the most popular ones. Starting with the design, we'll be talking about that later today. Then the fabrication, the materials and the fab specs, then the soldering standards and assembly standards, and then this one is on the wire harness. Now, these in the middle are our most popular, but they're supported by many documents. So if you're, for example, if you're...
The third point, 1.19 clause. It is related to contamination. In the first case, like when it is mentioned as assemblies produced in accordance with this standard shall be free of all extraneous matter. In that case, it is if it is not complying with that, it is a defect for all 3 classes. The subsequent handling of cleaned assemblies
Again, it goes to N1, N2, and
shall preclude recontamination. So in case of recontamination, it is written as N1, N2, D3. Again, contamination will be defect for all 3 classes, whereas it is mentioned as N1, N2, D3.
If it is going to affect the performance,
it is going to affect on the
if I take the cable,
mating of
let me say, if I take the cable,
okay, if it means the form fit is
Sir, if there is a gap, sometimes it mates with the relevant connector, or sometimes it gets bent.
no, it is okay, assumption is okay. If I take the cable and measure under a couple protector, keeping vertically, I can make a cross section and measure it by image. It is not that impossible not to measure and all. I cannot keep a depth gauge or something to find the depth. It may be slightly inside, but I keep in a vertical optical thing. I can make a gap, I can make coincide with 2 crosses and I can measure the gap. How it is preventing? I can take a profile projector and measure it.
the question has come because the standard doesn't say anything
I
about it.
understood that.
So we want to.
It is possible somehow to measure
I
some
understood that definitely gaps would not be there, and you are asking for what is the technical method.
technical thing. That is a question posed by a serious customer. We are not doing it. It is coming from a practical guy who is doing from master microwave.
BNC
Similar
different
to
type of
your
connector.
offer design.
BNC different type of connector. No, where we cannot measure, we cannot insert the tool at all. Very small.
Measurement is the second thing, sir. First of all, if there is a gap, it is going to affect the performance of the.
Depends on the application.
So there should not be any. So that should be recommended to this thing. They should not get any.
Also, I will tell why this kind of problem comes in. After solving it.
Only when you know the gap, then the question of measuring comes.
Reason of
And how much it should be?
most of the cases
Recommended
before getting
Average.
Well, it sounds like you're saying defect class 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
No gap allowed.
No gap on that.
Okay. Then you have a question as to And somebody will say, well, if I see
And
Flag markers.
the objective is to make it visual, so if you're giving them more resources, as long as it's clear where it's recommended for going and the requirements are already there. Yeah, good.
And we are applying tar first after completion. Before installing the book, we are applying tar first. So the entire standard, it is never specified any information.
Okay.
There is a Tyco standard one chart is there. I think subject to the type of material, what adapter material we are going to use, the tar if we are applying, it is going to vary.